Wow.
Broadcast is live.
And we are
live.
But not in the same location.
No, this is going to be very different.
Yes. Welcome, none of you who are currently watching. There'll be people coming on in a little bit, but
I just got 4 notifications that we are live.
Yeah, did you know that we're live? Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, Mindy, we're live right now.
We are all live. Good evening to whoever is watching us. We're having a fun, basically saying how our phones keep digging because we are live. Yes, we know we've gone live.
Mm-hmm.
So, welcome to the monthly Lord Fafnir and Spawn Q&A. And what you will notice is the fact of, for the first time since we've done these live streams, Spawn and I are not in the same location. So, would you like to explain that? Or not?
Well, I mean, to make a long story very, very short, unfortunately, my household has been visited by both the COVID fairy and the strep throat fairy. And I didn't feel like sharing these gifts with my father. And, you know, you're welcome.
You are very welcome. Although we had to get COVID tested in this place to make sure, and our tests came back negative. So we are fortunately COVID free. And we have a guest tonight, Mindy Jurgen. Hello, Mindy. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, we are doing well. Welcome to essentially the Tonight Show version of the Lord Fafnir and Spawn show. This is a question and answer session for folks. Hello, Addison. Hello, Melissa. Hello, Allison. Nice to see you again. Rather than doing live readings, that's for next week. This week is essentially we talk about who we are, what we do, and things of that sort. And so, Mindy, if you want to give a quick little explanation of who you are, what you do, et cetera, for the audience that we have here.
Sure. So my name is Mindy. I run a small company. It's just me. Called Witchcrafting Company. I do some stoneworking, some woodworking. I make runes with those things. I make jewelry with those things. I make jewelry with clay and stone. I do just general wood burning art. I'm trying to find some more things to do with yarn. I was making dream catchers, but that's not a good thing for me to be making. So those will not be happening anymore. I do readings. I do rune readings, pendulum readings, palm readings, and tarot and oracle.
Mm-hmm.
And on occasion, I can do some mediumship, but I don't get to choose when that happens.
You're like me in that regard. That's why I really don't like promote it from a commercial perspective, because it happens when it happens, and I really can't control it.
Yeah.
So, we have Mindy on our little program here because, some of the things that she does, Spawn and I also do, but she does some very different things as well. The whole pendulum reading thing, I actually had to have her teach me how to do that. Actually, I should not teach me, but show me. Mindy did a pendulum reading on me a few years ago. The runes are also, we had a little bit of a rune session last month, but runes are also something which I'm kind of interested in, but still haven't gotten me in my real feet with that. And Mindy and I actually we both do palm readings, and we've actually compared notes, and we do some very different philosophies. So sometimes it's interesting, and not going to say here which one's more right than the other, because I think we're both right. We just we different perspectives.
And
I can see 3 lines on that hand. I can't.
And then go.
Yeah, there's concepts of spawns. This is a hand. You've got 5 fingers.
And so there will occasionally be surprise visits from my cat, who is sitting right next to my laptop.
And anybody from my zoo.
And sound guy is not here, so I'm running the entire show from my hovel here. Shall we show a picture of sound guy who's sound asleep right now? It looks like.
No, leave him alone.
Okay. He wants to watch this. He wants to watch the stream, so he's patched in, but he's not officially on, so to speak. Tis the wonderful world of COVID.
So I know that one of the major reasons that we asked you to come on is that we totally wanted you to learn us a thing or two about pendulum readings.
Indeed.
And I didn't bring them downstairs. Let me go grab one.
Okay.
I love it when our guests are so prepared.
I know, that was super prepared. 10 out of 10. It's not like we warned her about this in advance.
That's the great thing about these live streams. There's no do-over. It is what it is. Oh my God. You have to make fun of this stuff. I swear.
Oh, Addison, I hope that COVID doesn't affect your girlfriend's plans to propose to you, because proposals are fun.
So I keep my pendulum in a glass jar with a crystal to keep the purifying energy in there, so nothing else, because my house is haunted. So I don't want anything else getting into this pendulum.
How do you know your house is haunted?
I can see him.
Okay.
He's not subtle. My pets have made friends with him.
I mean, I have a theory that every house is haunted.
Yeah, I mean, most. I mean, this house was built in the 1840s. So I'm literally in the servants' quarters. That's where my apartment is.
Oh.
Perfect timing. How about that?
Okay. I didn't realize that you were like in the servants' quarters. That's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah. And then I keep this stone in here to keep energy. But I keep it in here. So what do you guys want to know?
Well, it looks like Addison has a question. Do you want to throw that on?
Yeah, I'll throw it up there. This is Addison's question. What started the pendulum readings?
It was my first tool. It's the first thing I ever started with. I think anybody can do it. You just have to really be able to distance yourself from the question. I think with any type of reading, you can't be biased with the questions. So a lot of people will say like back and forth is yes and no, which is mine, but it's really important that you ask the pendulum questions that you know the answer to start with. And you don't want to start reading with a pendulum that you just got. You want to bond with it. I kept mine in my bra for 2 weeks.
That's a way to bond.
Okay.
So, and I do that with I have 3 pendulums, and I do that with all of them. This just happens to be my favorite, and it's my first. So I think that might be why it's my favorite. So I'm trying to figure out where the camera is. Okay. So you want to ask it a question that you know the answer to, like, is today Thursday? And you would see what direction your pendulum goes. If your pendulum swings back and forth and you know that answer is a yes, then you know that that's what your yes is. If you say, is today, and it starts swinging back and forth like it is very lightly because it knows I'm not asking a real question. And sometimes it just goes in circles. And that means either it doesn't know the answer because the answer relies on free will, or you just don't want to tell you because pendulums are jerks just like tarot.
I never heard it spoken kind of that way, but I understand your sentiment. That's for sure.
They're just a bit more subtle about it because they can't yell at you. They just won't tell you. So I think pendulum readings are great. If you are just getting into doing readings or you want to figure out about readings, I would definitely say pendulum is the way to go. I don't use mine for readings as much as I used to. Now that I have other tools that I prefer, like I really like oracle cards, but they help me find my keys a lot. I lose my keys a lot.
Here's a question.
I don't know about the necklace trick with kids.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know about that. Can you explain it? Do either of you guys know about the necklace trick with kids?
Actually, I don't. I'm
not entirely sure.
Oh, like about what type of kids that you're going to have? So I do a similar version of that, but it requires somebody's hair and a ring.
Oh, you mean like the midwife thing?
I don't know if it's but I've never been wrong with the hair in the wing. What's an effective way to keep an ego out of pendulum readings? I think it's less about keeping it out of pendulum readings and keeping it out of your life in general. I think an ego is not a good thing to have. Like not a, I don't know, maybe I'm talking too much, but I just.
This is your time to talk. This is why we do this.
This is your time.
I don't think that, an ego is an effective way to live your life. I think, it's hard for me to describe it, but it's best to start with unbiased questions, like fact questions. That's the best way to start with, I think, any type of reading, is asking it fact-based questions so that you can't be biased. And I'm not talking about alternative facts. I'm talking about real facts. So, is the sky blue? Is my name Mindy? Yes. So, okay. So I know what you're talking about now. So yes, I do those. You need the person's hair that you're reading. And you hold it and you go between each finger. And then you go back and then you go over the top. And if it circles, it's a boy. If it goes back and forth, it's a girl, something like that. Yeah, I've done that. I did that with my grandmother. She had 9 kids, and it will read past pregnancies as well. And it was right for all 9 of them. I did it with my mom. It only read me. I'm the only one that she had. I'm the only one she's going to have. I do it myself, and I get nothing because I'm not having kids. I think it's pretty accurate.
Well, actually, that was the reading that you did on me a couple of years ago as well, and you pegged that one as well.
Oh yeah, did I do it on you? I didn't remember.
Yeah, you did.
Because you do have hair long enough to be able to do that.
Oh, hey Dad, we got another question.
Oh, okay, bingo.
No. Do whatever stone feels best for you. This is lapis. This is my favorite for a pendulum.
Oh, I love lapis.
But everybody's is going to be different.
Now, I guess I have a question to ask. This thing is, what's the difference between for a pendulum for what you're talking about, and then actually like using a pendulum for scrying? Is it the same tool, or is it a different tool?
Scrying is an interesting term because everybody thinks of it as a different thing. So can you explain to me what you think of as scrying?
Well, I don't do it. So the thing is, I guess from my point of view, it's scrying is essentially like trying to locate something or someone.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, I use this to find my keys.
Okay.
Yes.
Because we've sort of been taught to do like that. Pendulum readings and scrying are 2 different things. That was like our understanding.
Yeah, no, they're different things. I don't ask some entity or anything like that, or the universe, where my keys are and like ask for yes or no answers. I literally just like find my keys and it'll go in one direction, like it'll swing back and forth. It'll be like, well, I know it's not against the wall, so it's got to be this way. And then it'll change directions as I'm walking until I find my keys.
Perfectly timed question, Addison.
So there.
We have one from Soundman.
Yes, I'm throwing it up right now.
Because I'm not native and it's cultural appropriation.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Yes.
I am not indigenous, and it is cultural appropriation. And I was unaware, but now I am aware. So I will no longer be making dream catchers.
Yay! Growth. Growth is good.
So those are no longer for sale. I'll be dismantling them all and reusing the materials. That's another thing. Most of my stuff is recycled materials. So I'll be recycling those materials into some other sort of craft project.
Cool.
Excellent.
I don't use a pendulum to find my keys. I just ask the spirits because we have, I personally believe that everybody has a house ghost, a house fae, a house, some entity that hangs out in their house with them. And every time I lose something, all I do is I kind of go, hey, when you're done using that, could I pretty please have it back? Because I really need it. No, but seriously, I was looking for my keys once, and I looked at on the kitchen table, and they were not there. And so I turned around and I did that thing, and then I turned back around, and my keys were sitting right on the right there.
If you guys can hear a weird noise, it's Clifford.
It's only like a dove cooing, actually.
Oh, is he? He stopped, but he was
naturally.
he was rolling all over the all over.
Well, now he's joined you,
and now he wants to be on camera.
So was it hard for you to learn how to like keep your bias out of readings? Because I know like I briefly explored pendulums, but I really kept getting stuck in my own bias of things. But also, you know, when I first started trying, I was like 13 at the time. So like,
yeah, I think it depends. Sometimes it's hard for me to like if I really want something to happen, I don't, and like I want to ask a question, I don't ask my pendulum, I ask my cards. But if I'm communicating, I use my pendulum most of the time. My pendulum, I also like fire. Fire is a good method of communicating with entity. But I made a mistake once. I wasn't sure if I was having, I think we all have those moments where we're unsure that anything is even real.
Oh yeah.
So where I had a moment where I asked, I was like, I mean, do you even hear me? Like, are you there? Like, give me a sign that you're actually listening. And my candle, which is just a little candle, the flames hit the ceiling and the entire building's fire alarms went off.
Be careful what you wish for.
So I guess they were listening and they were mad that I didn't believe them.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably how a mom would be. I wouldn't expect, I mean, unless it's my mom. My mom would play tricks on me.
Oh yeah, look at Addison's comment here. Yes, I didn't put it up there.
I mean, I would expect my mother to do the same.
Yeah. My mom would play tricks on me. I already told her that I want her to haunt me, so that's fine. My grandmother makes visits to me occasionally, and she had this thing where if you fell asleep with your feet outside of your blanket, she would tickle the bottom of your foot. And I've woken up to that a couple of times.
Well, that's I don't even know. I've never had that experience with anyone that's ever visited me.
What do you think, Kip? By the way, he's the world's most comfortable dog.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you want to say hi? To say
hi.
Oh
yeah. He's a hand.
I was going to say since we're going to have pets at all three locations here because Red, you've got your crazy cat. Or is he anywhere around there now?
He went to go get a snack.
Your Theon disappeared, and I'm just waiting. Actually, I may not get visited by a cat tonight because I'm actually not doing any readings. This is I have a tendency of using this space when I do 4 readings, and Pandora usually joins me and just comes down and rubs my legs or just starts meowing. And they're very sensitive to the energy.
So something that we ask everybody who comes on here, do you have like a weird reading story?
Franklin Renaissance Fair last year.
Yeah.
Okay, do tell.
So I've got 2. Franklin Renaissance reading last year was a rough one. I didn't intend to do a reading. She wanted to buy one of my spirit boards. I was explaining. I asked her what she wanted it for because I should probably just sell my stuff and let people buy my stuff, but I wanted to know why she wanted it, and then I talked her out of buying it because it wasn't going to do her any good. But I did an impromptu mediumship reading on her, and then Stephanie had to pull that entity out of me. You had Stephanie on yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephanie was substitute spawn that day at the fair. Yes.
And so yeah, there was that. But the funniest one that surprised me the most was it because it was Franklin Renaissance Fair. I think it surprised me to do the impromptu impromptu mediumship readings always surprise me. But this person had just died like less than a week earlier, and it's really rare to have communication with somebody that recently passed. But the weirdest one was I was down in Salem in a vape shop when vape products were illegal. I don't know if they still are in Massachusetts because they were for a while. And this guy was really bummed out because it was his vape shop and he couldn't sell anything because it was illegal. So he turned it into a weed shop because that wasn't illegal. So I was in there and he was really bummed because he wanted to go out and although the psychics, it was in October, he wanted to go out with all the psychics around and go get a reading. And I was like, well, I do palm readings. I can do one for you right now if you want. Like I could use the practice. And I told him how many step siblings he had by his palm. There were lines right here that told me how many step siblings he had. That was, stop it.
Okay, show me where you got that information on the palm. Right there?
Right there.
Okay. So because I wouldn't even think to go looking there for that.
Yep. So yeah, I told him how many step siblings he had, separate from how many siblings he had, because I could tell that it was from his father's new wife. And he gave me free vape juice because he couldn't sell it because it was illegal to sell it, but he gave it to me. So that was fun.
Nice compensation, yes.
Yeah. I don't think I've had really any. I haven't had any really weird readings for myself. I've had weird experiences at fair and other things, but I don't think any of them were reading related. Like my reading related. They were your reading related. We had we allowed to swear on this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the asshole in red.
Yep. I remember that one.
That was in Vermont, right?
Yeah, that was in Vermont at the Valentine's Day thing.
Yeah.
And I was keeping track of everybody in your lines because rather than have them stand in a giant line, I just remembered who went where and I would go grab them when they were next from the ballroom. And this guy tried to barge into your tent at least 10 times, and I had to physically remove him from your tent. I'm sorry, Ethan.
Oh, Ethan.
I apologize.
If your ears are virgins, then I'm the Easter Bunny.
Allison, I love Salem, and I miss Salem, and I want Massachusetts and COVID and everything to just... I just want COVID to go away so I can get my tattoo finished. Because
I would like COVID to go away so that it would get out of my house.
Well, there's that too, but I really need my tattoo finished.
Well, you could have come down. I mean, I spent October in Salem on the weekends at the Omen store.
Salem's like pretty much closed up.
I mean, a lot of the businesses were open. A lot of them were shut down. I mean, yeah, COVID season in October this year in Salem was very different.
Yeah, and
we got one from Addison, which is the opposite of what we just asked you.
Ah, yes, I missed that.
What's your best reading, or like
also the step sibling thing? That still shocks me. I was like, this is gonna sound weird, but do you have 4 stepsisters and a stepbrother? And he was like, what? And it shocks me too. So I'm gonna say that's weird too, but also the Franklin Renaissance Fair reading where the guy passed from an overdose. And without getting too much into it, he wasn't accepting of it and he was still blaming other people. Where did I get my tattoo? I get my tattoos at Salem Ink. They're right between Jai Ho, the cafe, and there's like a seafood restaurant, but like a few doors down from that is the flatbread place. So I go before my tattoos, I get chia pudding from Jai Ho with an Irish coffee, and then I get my tattoo, and then I go to the flatbread place, and they know my order by heart. So,
Well then,
because
I was going to say that was rather posh of you.
they do. It's a problem. It's a problem.
Well, you know
that
what?
makes it sound like a problem.
I mean, it's
we're-
convenient, but it's a problem that they know my drink and my pizza.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a yellow building. It's a bright yellow building. Behind it, there's an art place, and then Die With Your Boots On is behind it as well.
Anyway, we're about a half an hour into this, not quite. So I will throw up the little commercial banners. I will throw Mindy's up first because, after all, Mindy, you were the guest tonight. So
This side, down there,
Right there.
it's on the bottom. So yes, you point down to it. So that this has got Mindy. That's right. You can't see it, can you?
I can see it.
Okay, wasn't sure.
I don't know where my own camera is though.
You're kind of in the middle.
No, like on my device, everything's mirrored, so I get confused.
So your company's name is Witchcrafting Company, of which, by the way, there happen to be two companies called Witchcrafting Company.
I'm gonna have to go after them because I own that name.
I think is theirs slightly different that they.
I think theirs is 2 words. Because I also found them on Etsy, but I think theirs is Witch Space Crafting Space Company. So I don't know, but it's too similar. It's too similar for my own comfort, and it wasn't there before. So the Witch Crafting Company on Etsy is not me, and they also have nothing listed.
Then why be on Etsy then?
I don't know, but it's not me, and there's nothing on their page.
Okay.
Helpful.
Yeah. I also had to buy the entire URL of Witchcrafting Company, not just Witchcrafting Co., because Witchcrafting Co. was already owned, but there's nothing there either.
Okay, this is getting rather dizzying.
So, I don't know if you guys follow Sasha, Fire Gypsy.
Nope.
No.
She's having a very similar issue.
Interesting.
So, but no, I actually own the rights to Witchcrafting Company, the name.
Okay. But there's your website and your Facebook page. So if anyone gets a hold of you, they can get a hold of you through either one of those.
Yeah.
All right. And now the part that Spawn loves so much to do, the commercial about us. So
hello. On the top row of your screen right now, there are 2 people. We are Lord Fafnir and Spawn, Psychic Readers. Our website is on your screen right now, www.fafnirandspawn.com. You can also find us at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers on Facebook and on YouTube. On Facebook, we have all of our services listed with a fancy schmancy book now button. You can book private readings with us anytime, and it also helps you insert yourself right into our calendar. It is incredibly user-friendly. As I said, you can also find us on YouTube at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, where we also post all of these live streams so that you can watch us over and over and over and over again, because I know that we are just that entertaining. We are also on Instagram at Fafnir and Spawn, where we do daily tarot draws. So if you would like some daily psychic wisdom, follow us there for that. We have some events coming up in the very near future. Next week, next Thursday, will be our monthly free reading stream. As always, we have 10 spots available, and they are booking up fast. So if you would like a spot, book now. Or take your chances on just attending the stream. And remember, if you do book in advance but do not show up for the stream, we will give your spot away because many people want to be read.
Yeah, and we have done that before too. We take that little roll call. If you're not there, we'll give you some time, but we have far more people who want readings than we have time to allot to give them. So if you pre-book and don't show up, you're lost.
Addison wants a spot.
I see you, Addison. Yes, I will add you to the list. On Christmas Eve, we will also be doing a live stream at 9 p.m. We don't have an event up for that yet, but we will be getting that up soon. That live stream is actually Lord Fafnir's brainchild, so I will let him explain that more in a minute. And then on New Year's Day, we will be having our paid private stream, which is like our free public stream, except we get interrupted by Mindy's phone. That's what we do.
Sorry. My real estate agent.
It is very much like our public stream, except we tend to delve into deeper topics. We like to think of it a bit more as group therapy. On the private stream, there are certain topics and areas that we don't touch and won't go into because we don't like to air people's dirty laundry. But because this is a private stream that you pay to get into, this is where we really sort of go, we peel back the layers, so to speak. So if you are interested in joining us for that, please book with us. We are very much looking forward to that. Start off the year right with a reading from us. Spend the first day of 2021 with us. I can't think of a better thing to do.
Oh gosh.
I can't either. And so, yes, we're going to do a live stream on Christmas Eve. And yes, I guess that was kind of my brainchild. The concept there is really to provide a little bit of space for people who basically want to attend and see something on Christmas Eve, where it's like it's kind of an open forum. We will do some free readings on that, but that's not really the main thrust of all of it. It's the fact that it's kind of like to note that this has been a really hard year for a lot of people, and emotions are all over the place. And the people who are watching the stream know what I'm talking about. And the fact of it's a chance for you, if you want, to share some of that, whether it be happy and fantastically positive, or more on the negative, sad side. Because Lord knows I'm going to be sharing some stuff, which is going to be both on both sides of it. I also I have not done one of those messages in the music for a while. It's because something told me I am supposed to do one live for you guys during the stream. So I actually got a message a couple of days ago, which I kind of went, aha, I think I got it. So that at some point I'm going to be doing that. From my point of view, I'm going to be talking about some of the things which are really important to me during the holidays, and it's not always things which are positive. But it's and then taking a look at the fact of how this year has just been an incredibly screwball year, it just felt right for us to go on the air and just kind of share this stuff with you guys, and then let you share back as you wish, or if you just want to watch, have fun watching. Hopefully it'll be a little bonding effort on Christmas Eve, shall we say? What do you think, Red? That's good of an explanation, you think?
This is your idea, so I'm letting you take the lead on this one.
Okay. Very good. We will go back to the comments here, because having put the bears up, I'm a little bit behind on my comments here.
So, Melissa, I'll tell you what. If you want, I'll put you in the waiting room for next week, so that way, if a spot winds up being open for you, I can slide you in there, and that way you don't have to feel all selfish and whatnot.
Oh, Melissa's not selfish.
No, she's not, but, she loves us. She talks to us frequently, and we appreciate that, and we love you back.
We very much appreciate people watching us over and over and over again.
All right, Melissa. I will put you in the waiting room.
Because actually, yeah, last month when we did our live free reading one, she missed the mark by one.
Yeah, I know. She was like this close.
So I'll put it this way: if we don't get to do on the 17th, if you wind up watching us on Christmas Eve, we'll make sure to get you a free reading during at that point. How's that sound? Anyway, let's see. Anybody have any other questions out there for Mindy? If not, we can ask some questions ourselves.
Yes, I have plenty.
Go ahead. If you get something off the top of your head, go for it.
So, how old were you when you actually started penduluming?
So, I think, but when I started like finally taking it seriously and not just like messing with it, but relying on it a little bit, was probably 22. So it's pretty not that long ago, but reading wasn't really my thing for a while because I just felt like I couldn't. Like when I was really young, I used to be able to do mediumship almost all the time. Like from the time I could talk, mediumship was the thing that I did. But I think as most children that are born with stuff like that, you are told that it's imaginary friends or whatever, and you start to block it out more and more and more as you get older. So you have to kind of reconnect with it later on in life.
I didn't have that experience.
Oh, I did.
I'm sure, but I mean, you know, that one's the dad, so.
Well, yeah, well, Mindy and I, we have a little similar thing in the fact of, well, you know, your grandfather, you Mr. Nothing but pure logic and pure science. Therefore, you know, I could still remember the day that Lord Fafnir and Spawn as an actual business opened up, and he came to me and he said, he goes, so you guys do these readings, right? And you people actually pay you money, right? And I kind of go, yeah. He goes, well, I guess that's a good thing. But be honest, you actually don't believe all that bullshit you tell them, do you?
I remember that.
Yeah, it's just
I remember that.
That was pretty much the last time I had a conversation about this with him, because I kind of went, yeah, this is just going absolutely nowhere.
I honestly don't understand how I exist between the way that you and Mom were raised.
I'm just confused about how I was raised. I'm very conflicted because
like with the pendulum stuff, like I always wondered if like I didn't really take to it just because I like tried to connect with it like when I was too young.
I mean, that could be it. It takes some practice too. And a lot of people say, well, you're moving it. And it's like, I'm not consciously moving it. That is the subtle thing, is you can be the one moving it, but you don't realize that you're doing it. I've seen some people do pendulum readings that make me mad, and I'm going to call them out. I don't remember their name, but I want to call them out.
Uh-oh.
They are at the atrium in Salem, and they do this for their pendulum readings.
Oh.
And I don't get it.
That
like,
doesn't...
How is this a reading?
See, I would just be worried about getting hit in the face.
There's that. I mean, I don't.
Well, I mean, so the fact of, okay, like when you did the pendulum reading for me, you did it with with how many kids I had, and the fact is you didn't know. So the thing is, okay, it's a factual thing, and yeah, you could have got it right, you got it wrong, but
because I was confused.
All right, she didn't know about the mysterious other child.
Exactly. Yeah, the thing is,
and I was like, I guess it doesn't always work, and you're like, no, it worked. And I was.
Yeah, that's the whole point in the fact of, yeah, you knew about the Spawn and you knew about Daniel, but yeah, you didn't know that I had a child before I had them with my first wife, and so the fact of, yeah, I got 3 kids, not 2, and you pegged. You went, no, this is wrong. I went, no, it's right.
Oh, we got a couple of questions just rolled in.
Yep, I'll throw one up here. So
yes. My pendulum just got really mad at me. Okay.
Well, you were shaking it all around, so I'm not surprised.
It just broke.
Oh wow!
Oh, the string broke. Wow.
That's fine. I do jewelry. I've got stuff, but no, it got mad at me. I guess it doesn't like to be on camera. Is there a preferred way? It depends on how you prefer to cleanse. That's all on you. For me, if it's one that I'm just doing a regular run-of-the-mill, just talking to people reading, I just throw it back in the jar with the quartz. But if I get really negative vibes, my preferred way of cleansing is with incense. So I will do that. You can always, tip the jar to the side, stick the incense stick in there, cleanse the jar and stick that in there. I usually cleanse right over the incense smoke. That's also how I cleanse all of my crystals when I get them. Is right over the incense smoke. So, is that what you do as well? Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, I'm falling into old like camp habits from when I was a kid, because like when we would all have like group discussions, and so that we wouldn't like constantly interrupt each other by agreeing with each other, we just did the sign language yes, and then this is no. So like if somebody said something that you agreed with, you just go. So I'm like, oh, I do that too.
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in.
Secret spawn.
Yeah. Oh, we got from.
Yes, 100%. If you don't feel a connection with it immediately, it's not right for you. That's how I feel about most divination tools.
What drew you to yours?
It's pretty.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
But
that's a fair thing, yeah.
Not everybody would think that that's like overtly pretty, you know?
See, I love lapis, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and lapis isn't even my favorite.
See, I love the blue.
I'll show you my favorite citrine. Citrine and amethyst are my two favorites.
I'm not a huge citrine person, but I love amethyst.
Yeah, tell me that citrine isn't gorgeous.
I mean, it is not bad, but it's not like in my top 3.
Clifford agrees with you.
Oh yes,
Clifford thinks it's a treat.
Everybody say hello to Clifford. Comments for Clifford. Yay!
Clifford, yay! Clifford. Can you happy for everybody? Okay, come on, happy. No, you're not gonna do it. Okay, that's fine.
We're gonna do pet tricks now while we're in this thing. Sure, why not?
What am I doing?
No, I said we're gonna start doing pet tricks now.
Sure, why not?
You say hi.
So, what? You can do it, Clifford.
Can you say hi? No, we're not gonna do it. Can you say hi? You know I'm on camera. I'm shy. You're never shy.
You've never been shy on camera before, Clifford.
You've never been shy once in your life.
Yeah, why start now? Exactly.
Listen,
okay.
He's stunted. He's waiting. He needs more water. He needs water.
That's a terrible joke, Kristen. Terrible joke, Kristen.
Did we know that that's Kristen?
I'm presuming it is.
It's one of them.
Yeah, it's one of them.
It's one of them.
It's one of Heiston.
Also, hello. Miss y'all. Miss your faces.
Clifford just really wants the citrine. Oh, hi. So say hi. Hi. You say hi?
Oh, boy.
No. You feel put on the spot? I'm not holding him up.
I was just going to say he looks really, on the spot there. That's really spoiled.
So my first pendulum actually shattered.
I mean, yeah, that'll happen. Like I said, they're jerks. All divination tools are jerks.
And it was one of those things where, like, I'm not even quite sure what happened. So, like, I've got a bunch of different things that I keep my supplies in, and I like to keep them in, like, cool, fancy boxes and things.
Well, that's why this jar, I like.
Mason jars are awesome.
It's little.
But, so I had it in one of the boxes. And I went to get it, and I opened the box, and it was just in pieces. And I'm like, you haven't moved. You haven't been jostled. I haven't. Huh?
So, yeah, some also will throw temper tantrums if you don't use them.
Oh, does that explain why one of my tarot card decks has a tendency of completely coming undone inside the plastic box where I have all my divination stuff? And I've got four tarot decks in there, and they all stay in their spots except for one of them. And it's a tendency I'll go over there, and the cards are like all throughout the plastic box. It's just like,
I mean, it could be that your tarot deck box is just really old and doesn't stay closed.
Well, there is that too, but the thing is, they're all that way. And how come my dragon cards and my sexual cards basically stay intact, but my Rider Waite deck has a tendency of just like going everywhere.
Oh yeah, Rider Waite decks are jerks. They're the worst of it all. Mine, I don't even have. So I have all of my decks on display in my living room, except for that one. That one's behind the rest of them.
Actually, it's funny. I actually did not use the Rider Waite deck once in Salem this October.
Because everybody has it. That's the thing, is everybody has it. They want something different.
I've never actually used it at all.
It was my first deck. It's the one I learned on.
Yeah, me too. And it's funny in the story that Mindy was talking about with the the guy in Vermont, the asshole that you had to keep away. When he finally got to, because I was the one who read him, he actually wanted me to use the Rider deck. So he wanted the standby deck. For his first reading.
Interestingly enough, I think my favorite readings that I've had from you are just your regular cartomancy.
Yeah, people don't ask for that very often.
Yeah, but you are very good at it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
And there's not a lot of people that do it, and I think that's why it was one of my favorites. That one and the planet cards, I like those.
My astrology planet deck. Yeah, again, something which doesn't get very much use. One of the things which I'm going to do, I'm going to be expanding my my dragon oracles, because the one dragon oracle deck I have right now, which I guess is the most popular one. It's as Red basically says, it's very similar to the Angel Oracle. It's not quite like Angel Oracles, because that one's like all positive and absolutely no negative. This Dragon Oracle is more based upon elements and colors, but again, still has a very overall kind of a Angel Oracle-ish kind of flair to it. I'm going to be getting a whole series of other Dragon Oracle decks, which really kind of go the gamut of, okay, good, bad, and ugly. And going to start using them in combination, see what kind of things come up there. So
we got another question.
We have a question. It's a good one, too.
For all three of us.
Shall we let our guest go first?
Sure, indeed.
So, absolutely. That's also the field I work in. So that's who I'm around most frequently, are people with special needs. So 100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's, I don't think it's any different. Personally, for me, I don't think it's any different than reading anybody else. You might find some people that would think it's different, because those people are relying on people's facial expressions and the way that they react to certain questions to be able to do their reading, because they're not actually doing readings. They're doing readings of micro expressions.
I mean, yeah, I will say that, like, I also do cold readings with expressions as well, just because, like, adding that layer totally helps. But I absolutely can do readings for people with special needs. I have done readings for people with special needs. Like, I've been working with kids with special needs for a very, very long time.
Soon you'll be working at the same company I work at.
Yeah, we're gonna be co-workers. Yay!
No.
Oh my God, yes. But yeah, I've also,
I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah, because I've done quite a few readings with people that have special needs. So it's no big deal. Especially like when we do the Renaissance fairs. I mean, we get all kinds, and yeah, we've gotten quite a. Actually, I think I've done most of my special needs readings at Renaissance fairs. Every now and then, like I mean, I actually got a couple this year in Salem as well. And actually, they tell people up front, they say, okay, will you? Because I guess because some people either can't or won't, but
it's more of a matter of won't, I've discovered, because there's still so much stigma around people with special needs.
Why?
And because, I mean, dude,
I know I'm different. I know
I'm physically disabled, and I've always been treated, and it's one of those things where being physically disabled half the time when a lot of people, like when some people find out, they immediately start treating me as though I am also, you know, mentally disabled in some way as well.
Hey,
Even
can you hear me now?
straight up, like
Yeah.
somebody, I will be having a conversation with somebody, they will find out that I have cerebral palsy, and all of a sudden they're talking to me like this.
I've seen them do that. Yeah.
So a thing that we run into a lot in my field is doctor's appointments.
Oh, hold on.
They won't ask the individual the questions. They will ask whoever, like their staff that's assisting them.
Oh yeah, and I hate that.
They'll ask them, and the individual could answer, but they'd rather ask the parent or the staff that's with them. When these are adults, that's their doctor's appointment, they can answer the question.
Yeah.
Melissa, if your daughter ever wants a reading, any one of the three of us will read her. And as a matter of fact, any of the people that we have had on this show as guests, any of them would be more than happy to, because it's not a matter of an inability. It's a matter of choosing not to. I mean, for God's sakes, I've done readings for animals, so
yeah,
a human is a human is a human,
right?
And you know, whoever has refused your daughter, they're just not a good reader. Don't give them your money, because you know, I actually did have a parent at one point. I read her autistic son, who was like 11. I believe it was at the county fair that we do in
Cummington, right?
Thank you. I couldn't think of the name. Thank you.
The 150th annual Cummington Fair.
One, but so I did a reading for this boy, and he really, really liked it. And afterwards, the mom thanked me a bunch, because apparently most vendors like won't even acknowledge this kid's existence. And I'm like,
I remember him actually. He got one from both of us, I believe, when he was there.
Yeah, he got one from me, and then he came back a couple hours later and wanted one from you. And we're like, all right.
One of my favorite Rennies, and I don't even know, I want to call her a Rennie, because she comes to the other events too, but one of my favorite people that comes to the events, that always stops at my booth. She never buys anything, ever, but she loves feeling all of the stone and all of the woodworking that I do. She's blind, and she just loves feeling all of it. And I never say no. And I tell everybody, like, feel it. Yeah, that's fine. If it breaks, I shouldn't be selling it.
There you go.
So,
hello, Godric.
Hi, Godric.
But yeah, that's a new name. I've not seen him before. So welcome.
We read Godric last time. Is a fair friend. Yeah, is a fair friend of ours. You just might not recognize the name.
Godric,
name changed recently.
Yeah. Are you still doing soap? Because I need more.
I think Godric's still doing soap.
Let us know, Godric. I won't carve a one in it.
Well, if he's still there and listening to us, maybe he'll answer.
Because I still love you for that salt scrub. Ugh.
I need more lotion bars. I'm out of lotion bars.
Yay, Godric!
Yay!
Oh, cool.
So, as we are winding down our hour, we're gonna let the last questions come in, last comments come in. We'll do our last round of commercials in just a second, but oh my gosh, the train of thought just left me. Love the cold meds. Cold meds are really helping me keep my brain together. Woohoo! Godric is still doing soaps. So Godric, you should totally talk to Mindy after this about soaps and stuff.
You too, apparently, as well.
Dude, the salt scrub's awesome. Scrubby scrub.
I think you were doing something. I think you were talking something.
Yeah, you were about to say something and you lost your train of thought, and then you really lost
it. Left the second one left the station.
Yep, it's gone. Okay. Yes, I'm back. So,
Oh, you can't make this up.
Recommendation from you, Mindy, for like people that might want to get a pendulum reading. So what's a question that you would ask the pendulum versus the cards? Like where do you draw that line?
You're only going to get yes no answers from the pendulum.
So basic, simple questions, good for the pendulum.
Yeah. You're only going to get yes no answers. Cards are going to give you so you have to ask a lot of questions to get to the answer for a more complicated issue with the pendulum. The tarot is just going to read you. You're just going to get read. That's I really like my oracle cards. I've been given 2 sets of oracle. I've been given the same set of oracle cards twice. Sorry, I'm going to bring you with me. I better go get a charger.
Going on an adventure.
But I won't use them because they are Native American medicine cards. And again, I'm not Native. People stop giving me things I can't use.
You know, I have wondered about those because I have a couple of friends that I know use them, but I've never used them in my life.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I've tried. Stephanie even saw them. She's like, yeah, these are not yours. And I was like, I know. I can't connect with them at all. I feel absolutely no connection with them. But I've been given the set twice now.
Interesting.
Oh, Melissa's got something.
Yeah, I'll throw this up here.
So if I say my house is haunted, that would be pendulum. But if I ask what or who, that would be cards.
You can ask, is it this person? And you can go through a whole list of, is it this person? Is it this person? Or get the card reading, get an idea of who that person might be, and then to confirm, use the pendulum.
I like it.
Indeed. Yeah. Oh, like when I tell people sometimes they want clarifiers, I say, try to word your questions with the tarot cards to have a yes or no answer, but then expect to get a heck of a lot more than just a yes or no answer.
Yeah. And that's the thing is tarot cards can also be just interpreted so many different ways. The reader can interpret it one way, and then when the reader tells the person getting read what it means, that person getting read can interpret that yet again, where you can always confirm a reading's meaning with a pendulum. It's a really good way to be like, is this what they meant?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good way to just confirm things. Yeah.
Shall we do our second round of commercials?
Sure. Let me get the banners. Let me throw them back up here real quick. Let's throw Mindy's up here as our guest. Talk about yourself, Mindy, again.
I also have an Instagram, witchcrafting _ company on Instagram. It gets the exact same things, if not less, than Facebook. So Facebook's probably the best way to get a hold of me. I am terrible at marketing myself, so I don't ever post.
You're not the only one that's bad at that we've had on.
I was going to say, I think Julianne Thompson was even worse than you are.
Yeah.
No, she only...
I'll get I'm going to do this every day. And for a week, I did a daily draw and then just stopped. So, yeah, I mean, definitely the best way to get a hold of me is either my email, which is not on there, but it's witchcraftingllc@gmail.com. I'm no longer an LLC, but that's the email everybody has. And Facebook. Those are probably the two best ways to get a hold of me. If you go through the internet, oh my goodness. By the way, I have a TB. I have a mild TBI, so words sometimes have a hard time.
Okay.
Yes.
We love you anyway.
Website. If you go through the website and you go to send me a message, it'll go to my email, so that also works. The website is under construction right now because I need it. This year just kind of flipped everything.
This year got away from everyone.
Yeah, he did that true.
So none of the events that I had listed on there are happening. I'm also I'm trying to get rid of all of the Dreamcatcher stuff from my site because I had a ton. So That's under construction, but you can still message me through there. I am open to doing internet readings over Zoom. Zoom is my preferred method, just because I understand that better. But
well, I mean, this is really much more of a streaming platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I only understand Zoom because I have to do it like 3 times a day.
Well, yeah, at your work, you're using it all the time. Yeah, I mean, I actually, yeah, if I'm doing one-on-one video readings, I'm using Zoom anyway. So it's, but yeah, this works great for streaming.
I can't do these over Zoom though.
No.
Either.
That's the one thing I can't do. Yeah, can't do a palm reading over there.
I need to be able to touch you.
Yeah.
I can't feel the squish or the firm or like which one of these is bigger and softer, firmer. I can't tell.
Yeah, I did actually in Salem, since I physically was there. I was one of the few that actually was physically there. I did palm readings, but I basically put gloves on because after all, we were all doing COVID protections. But so yeah, wearing the mask, I would put gloves on it, but I'd still be able to do the palm reading. It was at one point one of my first clients. I was putting on these blue gloves, and I said it's a real shame because I said I'm an energy reader and I'm gonna lose some sensitivity. And she looked at me and goes, "Wow, I guess it's like kind of like with the right."
Did you catch that, Red?
Her joke, not mine.
No, apparently it wasn't a very good one because it didn't come across. Oh, it's a great face you're stuck on.
All right. Well, I don't.
Whatever.
Anthony.
Oh, are you back? Are you back?
Oh, he was.
He was for like 2 seconds.
Anthony says, as a reader, it is.
Now you disappear there for a little bit.
Dad, please stop talking.
Anthony says, as a reader, is it better to try to interpret the cards for the person getting the reading or give the reading and allow them to interpret the meaning? For me, it's better to allow the person getting the reading to interpret what the reading said. You're always interpreting though, because the cards mean different things to different people. So you're always interpreting to a degree, and then they interpret what you said.
Well, also for me as a reader, like if I'm doing tarot, I'm doing most of the interpreting because almost nobody actually doesn't do readings themselves. Most people do not actually have a clear and concise understanding of what the cards are and what they mean.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Every reader though interprets those cards a little bit differently from each other.
Yes, but as far as like
so you're doing the interpreting of the cards and they're doing the interpreting of what you interpreted.
Basically.
So everybody, it's hard to, I wouldn't try to give them concise answers unless you are also like an energy reader or you have some sort of, medium chip there. I wouldn't try to give super concise answers.
Oh, we've got someone from Wales in. Hello, Kim from Wales.
Oh, hi.
Greetings.
We're not from Wales.
No. Never been there.
That could have something to do with that particular reading. I mean, some cards are very intricate and you don't notice things until there's a certain meaning trying to be conveyed.
I feel that, like, for me, I am a very detail-oriented brain person. Like, for the cards that I use and the cards that I like to use, none of them have a lot of blank space. Like, especially, like, and you'll notice in our dragon deck that Dad and I both use, there's just, like, every square inch of that card is being used for art. So there's always things that you can look at and find, which is something that I am a huge proponent of. The detail in the art. That's actually partially how I learned how to match up the art and like the basics of tarot. So the art really matters to me. There have been some decks that I've tried to use that are very blank and very like minimalistic, and I don't like them. But other people can do whatever.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to Oracle decks, this is my favorite, and the cover looks kind of boring, right? But these cards are gorgeous. And
yeah, I've seen that deck before. That's a nice deck.
Detail in each card. So I think they're very reflective. But I think every time I read these, I notice something else in them.
Thank you for joining us, Anthony. We haven't seen you comment before, so if you're new, I'm so glad that you joined us. And Kim, thank you to newbies. Yay! It's very awesome. All right, so Dad, do you want to finish out the commercial portion now that you're like back with us?
Well, I haven't been going away for that long.
You had a moment.
Well, I think you guys did too. So, but I get
no, it was just you.
No, it was just me, huh? Well,
yeah.
Fine. Then you do the commercial in case I wig out again.
I always do the commercial.
She did the commercial last.
So
she'll be doing it again.
So, hello, we are Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers. Our website is currently on your screen, which is www.fafnirandspawn.com. You can book readings with us there. You can also book with us on Facebook, where you can find us at Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers. We have a fancy schmancy Book Now button on our page, which will lead you to our entire list of services, which has expanded recently. We keep adding new things. So you can literally pick on the service you want, which reader. If you want both readers, you can pick that too, and it'll put you right into our calendar. It's super user-friendly, so you can book readings with us that way as well. We are also on YouTube as Lord Fafnir and Spawn Psychic Readers, where we post all of these live streams that we do so that you can watch them over and over and over again, because I know that we are just that entertaining and you love us so much. That is also where we post the Lord series, Messages in the Music, that he does, which more of those will be coming soon. You can also find us on Instagram at Fafnir and Spawn, where we do daily tarot draws. So if you are looking for some daily psychic wisdom, please find us on Instagram at Fafnir and Spawn and follow us and enjoy us. We have more events coming up this month, and exactly a week from today, we will be doing our monthly free stream, which the event for that is up. I said before that spots are going fast for that, so if you would like to book a spot, please do so now. If you pre-book a spot, you actually do have to show up to the stream to claim your reading. Otherwise, somebody else who is there and wants a reading will get your spot. So there you go. On Christmas Eve, we will be doing a live stream at 9 to sort of about the holiday season. That is Lord Fafnir's idea, so I'm going to give him full control on that one. Oh boy. And then on the 1st of 2021, so January 1st, we will be doing our private stream, which is like our public stream, except we get way deeper and much more personal. It's a little bit like psychic group therapy, where it opens, you can have any kind of reading that we do, not just a mini reading, which is what we offer during our public streams. The only kind of reading we can't offer, as we've mentioned, are the palm readings, because this doesn't work. So if you spots for those are $20. Because this is a private stream, you must pay to get in, but at $20 gets you a reading of your choice from the reader or readers of your choice. And come and get deep with us. Spend the first day of the year with us. That's a good way to spend it.
I'm going to have my I Ching set along for that too, because something tells me I'm going to need it. Because I can now do I Ching readings. I think Spawn.
That's exciting.
No, we're back.
Nope, I was just letting you talk.
Oh, okay. I was like, keep going.
I believe that's all the events that we have coming up in the near future.
Obviously, we're going to be continuing on with our monthly streams with this nice talk show host aspect with guests. I don't know who we'll be having in January. We'll figure that out a little later on. We definitely have a few people in mind. So, but yeah, we will definitely be continuing into the new year and beyond. Because obviously we can tell that people are watching us. You guys are enjoying watching these things. So therefore, the fact that you are here watching us means that we're gonna keep doing them. And we know we're providing you guys some entertainment, if nothing else.
Even when our the world gets quote unquote back to normal and we can start going back to events again, we are not going to stop doing all of the online things that we do. And in fact, we may start doing a couple of newer things once we can get back to events.
Yes, we're going to be expanding our offerings for next year, which we will save details of that for when we actually have flushed out the details, which is not right now. So yes, looking forward. Yes, next week is our freebie, the 17th at 7:30 Eastern time, Christmas Eve Eastern time, 9:00. We'll be doing the Christmas Eve stream, which is going to be kind of a free for all. It'll be we'll do some live readings, but it's more to actually just provide some space for you guys to come and share some stuff. I'm going to be sharing some stuff. I presume Red will be as well, and I'm going to be reading a small piece out of one of my favorite Christmas stories, that being Dickens' Christmas Carol, because I've told people I used to do community theater, and I never had a chance to be in a production of Christmas Carol. But I told someone once, I said, if I ever could, I would want to be the role of Jacob Marley, because that's the role I identify with the most. And I'm going to be reading a page or two out of the book, that scene when Jacob's ghost comes and visits Scrooge. That'll be one of the things that we do. So,
ooh, let's close this out with Addison's question, because we can talk about ethical purchasing.
Let me throw the comment back up here real quick here.
Fake crystals are better than blood crystals. It's the intention that matters.
There are a lot of people that have a problem with lab-grown crystals. We are not people that have problem with lab-grown crystals. What we do have, because there is a much larger and overarching issue with the ethics of crystal mining and child labor and slave labor and all that fun stuff, which if you ever want us to do a talk show specifically on psychic ethics and things that we run into, let us know, because that is a topic that
if you want me back for that, it doesn't even have to be psychic ethics. I wrote my thesis on human trafficking.
I did a thesis on human trafficking. English major, there were a lot of theses, but
my senior thesis, my 70-page senior thesis was on human trafficking.
My junior thesis was, so it didn't have to be as big.
Yeah.
But yes, so if any of y'all are interested in us doing like a larger discussion on some of the ethical things that we run into that we have to work through, and
It'd be interesting.
let us know.
You could turn that into a round table and invite a lot of people on.
Oh yeah.
That we've had in before.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something like that. So if that is something that y'all would be interested in, please let us know, because I know that, without interest, a discussion of ethics could, that's something that we want to know that there's definite interest in.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. In fact, if you guys have any topics that you'd like to hear us yak about at some point, by all means, let us know.
Absolutely. Well, we have one person that is interested in an ethics roundtable.
Yay.
Knights of the Round Table.
That's 2. That's 3. 2. That's 4. There's 4. Yes, Mischief Managed, you are right. I'm not sure which one you are. So Heiston and or Anne. Yes, you are right.
Yep.
Okay. I think we have a quorum.
Yes, okay. I think, you know what? Tell you what. Our January talk show will be a round table. Hello, Ilka. I miss you.
You are all around me. There's
Oh, the snow
everywhere.
Oh, that was yeah. So we can absolutely make January's talk show an ethical round table. I'm into it. We will get some of the people that we've had on before and introduce a new face.
You don't like the joke, Mindy?
I mean, your soap smells so good, I might forgive it. Might forgive it.
Yes, Addison, perfect timing for your comment. Indeed.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, because, you know, that's going to be, you know, I've kind of wanted to have that discussion for a bit, but it is also one of those things where, do people want to listen to us have that discussion?
And it's going to be kind of a debate in some areas, because we're not all
Actually,
going to agree in certain areas.
That is
very true.
Sure. That's very sure. So, yeah,
I am very sensitive to a lot of things, but there are certain things that I think go too far.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little snippet of that might be. Some people think that if you're white, you shouldn't do tarot.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that.
Neither do I. Because if you actually look back at the ancestral roots, it's not what they're claiming it is.
No, it isn't. And I did research on that because I wanted to be sure. But that is definitely something we can talk about for that. Ooh, I'm excited now. I know who I'm going to ask back. And
Ooh.
We should see if Mama Witchfoot will be on. A lot of people really hate her, but I love her. She's my mom.
Well, if we're gonna do this in January, we're gonna have to get on the ball quickly and start asking people.
Well, you know, I think we can do that.
We can have a birthday debate.
I've only been into mediumship for less than a year due to my mom, and I feel like I'm an empath, and someone told me my mom's been strengthening my third eye. That's entirely a possibility. Yeah. All right.
You're more open to hearing from her, so you're more open to hearing in general because you're hoping it's her.
Mm-hmm.
Could very well be. Alrighty, any last minute questions or comments for any of the three of us before we officially sign off? And do not worry, because we'll be back in a week.
I saw Anthony say Vermont strong, and yes, I am from Vermont. So, I mean, we all live in New Hampshire now, but Red's the only native New Hampshireite.
I'm the only actual Hobbit from the Shire.
I was going to say, if the New Hampshire is where the Shire is, what's Vermont?
Mordor.
Mordor was not right next to the Shire.
No,
Get your map out.
Mordor is more like Texas, I think.
New Jersey.
No, Jersey. That's more like the mines of Moria, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Vermont just is kind of, it's where the cattle graze. That's really it.
I mean, yeah.
It's where they harvest their herb.
Oh, Ilka's got a good one.
Maybe.
Nerds!
I was going to say, let's go to Isengard, yes.
That's more like upstate New York, Ilka.
Oh, now we're going to have a debate about this in the comments.
Oh, I like
Excellent.
Misty Mountains. Yes, we're Misty Mountains. I feel like that's Canada, though.
I was going to say, and where I'm originally from is Pennsylvania. What's that going to be? Is that's going to be like Rohan, perhaps?
Something like that. Addison, if you want to hear from Mindy again, you should totally come back for our roundtable, and also totally contact her. She's cool.
She's very cool.
I'm not that cool. I'm back to very warm right now.
Oh my! I love what's happening. I love what's happening.
Yeah, I was going to say the comments are taking over the stream.
Are we just going to map out the whole of the U.S. as Middle Earth? Is that what's happening?
Do it.
All right. Well.
Wicked.
All right. Well,
Wicked.
I do believe that this is where we are going to end the stream for tonight, but you will see us again in exactly 1 week, so don't be too sad because we're never gone for very long.
No, indeed not.
And just think, if you sign up for our private streams, you get to see us even more frequently.
Yeah, because we're not on those private ones. There's no time, and then the fact of we go as long as the people who have paid want us to go. So sometimes, I think our record's like 4.5 hours, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
February's roundtable cartography.
Or January's right? Or is that
February's is cartography? They're going to map the U.S.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
And on that note,
thank you, Kim.
Thank you for coming and being with us tonight, Mindy. And sounds like from those who've been watching us, they would like to have you return, which is no problem with us.
Not at all.
And bring Clifford with you.
Okay, because it's hard not to. Yeah, you want to come?
He's like, yeah.
You like me on camera?
So the Spawn and I will see you next Thursday. And until then, merry meet, merry part,
and merry meet again.
I know, not quite in sync, but all the same. Good night, all.